We are live. Right, let's cut to it. There's 13 people online. I'm not expecting a lot of people to be on this one because I didn't really announce it. I announced it in this morning's video. But the team is out. Brendan Rodgers. I'll go into the chat first of all, see who's all in the chat, and then we'll talk about the team. So if you could just tell me, hail, hail, troops, Johnny boy. Just make sure that the sound is okay. And get some of the comments. Hail, hail, troops. Northampton Tim. Johnny boy, hail, hail. I'm not expecting a lot of people on, but there's 44 on now. So, yeah, let's get the team. I suppose you would have seen the team. You all have seen it on social media already. Celtic have put it up, and it looks fantastic. If you ask me, you've obviously starting with Hart, Iwata, Welsh, Scales, Taylor, McGregor, O'Reilly. Wait till I just move that comment. There is it. Height. With that, yep. So we've got Hart, Iwata, Welsh, Scales, Taylor, McGregor, O'Reilly, Hatate, Abada, Maida, and Kyogo. On the bench, we have Bain, Siegrist, Haksabanovic, Yang, Turnbull, Ohm, O, Kiwon, Bernabe, Lawwell, Forrest, and McPherson. No Summers on the bench that I noticed. That was the one thing that first of all hit to me, as I was kind of hoping that young Ben Summers would have got on the bench. But when you look at that, it's probably going to be your first team pick throughout the season. So let's then do this. How do we do this now? Do this. Yes. And that'll get the team up. And me. Press shift. And let me just do this. Right, so what do you think about that team? Let's get back over to the comments. I've got to say, let's see who's all in nice. On the Pope's 11. Richard coming in from Texas again. Afternoon, Baz, looking forward to the game. On Tuesday next week, for the James Forrest testimonial game, I'm probably going to do a live for the house during the whole game, rather than go to the pub and try and watch it. So if you're up for watching the whole game with me, I don't know how I'm going to have to rearrange my desk so that we could turn around and I can have the telly on there. Because if we put the telly on in the background, no doubt it'll get copyrighted. So, yeah, what do you think about that team? I think it's probably the team that's going to start next week. It's probably the strongest team that we've got just now. The only person that's really missing out of that team, you would say, is Jota. And obviously, you would say Carter Vickers and Alistair Johnston are the only players that are really missing from that team. That is a strong team. You couldn't have put out a stronger team if you tried. It's interesting that he's got Scales and Welsh starting from the start. It'll be interesting to see if we're keeping Scales or if he's going to go out on loan. It's the same with Welsh, actually. People are saying that they're two players, but the fact that he's got them starting today is a big move for them. But then again, it is just pre-season, so you can't look too much into it. It is really strong, says Ronnie Spence. Let's jump back up to the beginning of the comments and we'll go right from the start. Here we go, Trips, Johnny Boy. I'm going to fly through the comments just to get you all up on the head. David Sharp, Lee Morrison, Shatter, Northampton Boys. That sounds good, Baz. I'm just going to fly through all these. And then I'm only going to stay in for 20 minutes because I'm going down to the pub and it's a 20-minute drive down to the pub from here. Scales and Welsh won't be first-team starters, says James. They won't be first-team starters, but is Brendan bringing them in to make sure that they are squad ready and hopefully a full house for Tuesday. Understand that the bottom tier has sold out completely for James's game and they're starting to open the top tier. I'll need to check the Celtic website later for that. But remember, we will be. Is it on Celtic TV? In fact, is James's game on Celtic TV? They tend not to have these games on TV. So if it is on TV, we'll do it live. We'll try and get it somehow or other. Kyogo shoulder must be okay. They wouldn't risk him before the season starts next week. They need to give him game time, mate. They need Kyogo game time before the season starts. What is the team? I'll get the team back up for you as I read the comments. So there's the team there. And I'll just take this comment down. Just give me 2 seconds. Oh, I need a video editor. Right, there's the team there. I'll keep talking through the comments. So let's get back up to where we were. Right, get through the comments as we're talking about the team. Hi from North Berwick. I'm going to take that down. Hi from North Berwick. Good afternoon, Baza. Great game. Hi from Corby. Hi from Texas. Scales and Welsh won't be first team starters. I don't think they will be, but I think it could be putting them out there to show other teams how good they are. We've done that before, and then see how they perform at this level. But they'll definitely be in the squad. There'll be squad players, but they won't be first team starters. That's for sure. Hopefully, it's really strong. Says Ronnie. Kyogo showed him. Starfelt not there either. That's an interesting one, actually. That is a really interesting one. Starfelt's not there. Starfelt's not even on the bench. Interesting. You spotted that. I never even noticed that. Awata's there. Welsh. Scales. I wonder. There was, remember, speculation last week that a Russian team were going to come in for Starfelt. Has there been a movement in the transfer market for Starfelt? And that's why he's not there today. That was an interesting one. What is the team says? Ryan, thumbs up, lads, for the channel. Hail, hail. Yep. Lee, thanks for that. Make sure that you give this a thumbs up. David saying, what's wrong with Starfelt? No idea. That one comes straight out of the blue. I didn't even really notice it to start with. The fact that Starfelt isn't even on the bench, that's an interesting one. Right, let's get back to. Let me see if I can do this. Get the two of them on at the same time. Why is it not doing it? Because it is doing a banner. Right, I need to take that off there. Then add overlay. Interesting. Right. Anyway, I'll take that back off. 171 people. Let's get the comments. So it is a strong team. There is no Starfelt. There is no Carter Vickers. The big speculation was last week that a Russian team was going to come in for Starfelt. Has there been movement in the transfer market? And that's why Starfelt is not there. You never know. And I'm sure it's on Celtic TV. It says, Ryan, is Rocky injured? Northampton? Yes, he is. He is carrying a slight injury that he picked up just before he came to Celtic. It is unfortunate, but yeah, Celtic did know about this, and it's nothing to be worried about, seemingly. So, hail from France. Let's get some more comments up. He's gone with a good, strong team. He has that, Patrick. I'm really impressed with that team. So let's just have a quick look at it again. In fact, I'll get it on my phone so I don't have to keep changing screens. I'll get it there. Oh, in fact, I'll just put it on the screen. Yes, you've got Hart. What a Welsh skills. Taylor. Now, Taylor's a starter. So let's look at the starters that's going to be guaranteed for next weekend against Ross County. You're going to have Hart. You're going to have Taylor, McGregor, O'Reilly, Hatate, Abada, Maida, and Kyogo. That's your first team players. That at the end all depends who is going to come in. Because let's face it, Welsh and Scales, they are not going to be your first team choices. It had been said that maybe Big CCV is on his way back and he may make the game next week, but we don't know as yet. Afternoon from Amsterdam. Lales and Scales not good enough. This will be a big test for them. I mean, who do we have on the bench today that can come on for them? So you've got Lawwell, Belnaby. Really, that's it. Key one. He's attacking midfield. Nah, it's a strange one. Does it show that we are thin on the ground at centre back? A lot of people have been saying that we still need another centre back. No Vata. There's no Vata. There's no Summers. That was the big disappointment for me. I thought this would be a good game to get them in. I think Yang will be good to watch. Yep, Starfelt. I'm not even going to put that one up, Pat, but that's a cracker. Whichever centre half plays was today will be off, I reckon. Yeah, Marty boy, I totally reckon with that. This is a big test for them, and the manager will know that whoever doesn't really do it today will be able to get up. From New Zealand is Glenn. Wow, welcome to the channel, Glenn. Have you been on before? I hope to see last week's signings at some point. Yeah, I hope too. Very poor defence. It's a strange one with the defence. Is a strange one. I think it's putting Welsh and Scales in the marketplace. It could be a fact that they're just getting them out there. And I mean, when you look at the bench also, you've got attacker, Ohm, he's a wide player, Turnbull, midfield, Yang, Bernabe, you've only got two in defence. You've got Forrest and then McPherson. Is McPherson not a defender? I'm not quite sure. What does young McPherson position? He's defences, young McPherson. Anyway, let's get back to the comments. We need another centre back if Starfelt is away. It's a very weak defence. Peter King says, yep, Parkhead boys here. Right, there's lots of comments coming in. I think we're going to get pumped today. Horrific defence. Can't believe I'm looking at Welsh and Skills. Thought we'd learned the lesson last season. Celtic TV for the Wolves game today. And Vidplay, yep, I am leaving here in less than 10 minutes to go down to the pub to watch it. 3-1 Celtic. Doomed, says Ian Adams. We're doomed today. The prophets of doom are in the house. You got to remember, today's all about seeing how good these players are. Brendan will know the level that Wolves are at. Okay, so if these players can prove themselves to be worthy of a place in the team long term this season, and if they're going to be contenders, they have to do really well today. On past experience, Welsh won't cut it. You never know, he might play a blinder. Scales has got that unknown. He did play well for Aberdeen last season. Aberdeen are absolutely champing at the bit to get him back, but they want him back as a squad player. Aberdeen have made a couple of signings and they want to just have him as backup. I don't think it's a good idea to send him to Aberdeen for backup. I think Scales, it could be the fact that Scales could be staying at Celtic this year, but we don't know. There is a couple of weeks to go in the transfer window. Maybe the Korean new boy will get some game time. I think all the players will get game time in the second half. Afternoon, folks, says Martin, the cheapest option for those that don't have Celtic TV. You can buy a one-off game on Wolves TV. That's for people inside the UK, I think it is. Even Awata is not a defender. Yeah, this is very true. Strong team with Welsh in the starting 11. Seriously, you're having a laugh. Yep, it's a strong team apart from the defence. When you look at what's on the bench, it is a strong team. And if we're going to go out and attack, it does show that we are light. If that is seriously how we're going to start the season next week, it shows there will be, what it now says to me is the fact there will be some transfer activity between now and the end of the transfer window. There's absolutely no chance will Brendan Rodgers chance going into the Champions League with those guys. There's absolutely no chance. And it'll prove to the board that the squad isn't strong enough. Let's get back to the afternoon from West Sussex. Good to see Kyogo back in the team. McPherson is a centre-back. So is it the fact that he's given the young guys the chance to prove their worth, to see how good they are, putting them up against a good side? It is a big test for Welsh and Scales. And it's one of those ones where the manager's basically thrown down the gauntlet to them and saying, if you think you're good enough, and if you think you're at the level high enough to compete and be in this first team, go out today and prove it to me. Prove to me that you are that player that you think that you are. Prove it against this team. Brendan will know exactly how this is going to play. So Miney's husband has gone over for the Wolves fans. Yeah, you're saying it's a strong team. Lol, it's horrific. Come on, it's not horrific. There's only two players in that team that you would say is a weak point. And fair enough, it is the defence. But Awata was brought in as sort of cover for that area. Welsh as the defender, is he the level that we need? No. Scales, he did it last year with Aberdeen. Can he prove himself today at Celtic? This is the thing. Brendan will be testing the squad. Today's all about testing the squad and see how good the players actually think they are. And if they don't cut it today, if we get cut open today, they will be out the door faster than anything. I think good to have a look at the signings. Hi guys, this is Tony. We could do with another right back, left back, and centre back. Another keeper would be good. Spoke about that in another live. I might do it live after the game today, but I'll definitely do a live on Tuesday for the other game. Baz, what's your handle? What's the handle on the wall for? This. It's a door. It's a patio door. Take me out onto the terrace from this side. Anyway, and that is for the shutter. Yeah, it's an old Spanish house. Old Spanish apartment, should I say. Yeah, right. You can see how weak your defence is. Exactly. Brendan will be wanting to prove a point to the defence today. He'll be wanting to prove a point that the squad isn't as good as what maybe Ange had pumped it up to be. and that maybe this is the areas that we do need to go in. Now, the board would then turn around and say, right, you've got these players, you've got Welsh, you've got Scales, you've got these players that are hanging about the club. Prove to me they're not good enough. Okay, I'll throw them in against Wolves. Throw them to the Wolves. That's it. He's thrown them to the Wolves. How dare he? All these players need to impress Brendan. They're probably not going to be shipped out. Yeah, exactly. This is a big game for them, and it's always good. Experiment with the back four. No Starfelt. Yeah, who cares? It's a runabout to see who's staying. Yeah, that's it, Northampton. People get a bit excited with pre-season games. The game will probably be a bore fest. I mean, the last time that I went to Aviva, I never even went into the ground. That's outside in a pub, right outside the Aviva. Kyogo won't be playing through the middle with Maida there. It's interesting. It is interesting because when you look at it, could he be playing with a 3 at the back with a water sitting in front of Welsh, Scales, and Taylor? So say you're going with a back 3 of Taylor, Scales, and Welsh, and then you've got a water sitting in front of them. McGregor, O'Reilly, Hatate, Abada, Maida, and Kyogo through the middle. So is it a 3-5-2? Has he been really brave, Brendan Rodgers, and went with a 3-5-2 rather than a 4 at the back? We'll soon find out. Today is all about testing the players and seeing who's good enough. The Titanic was a strong ship and that sank. Celtic will not sink. We are unsinkable. Could be another 6-4 game. Yep. Where is the centre back that was signed? He is injured. He is injured, which is we should maybe sign Tom Daly to get the penalties this year. Why are we signing injured players? I know Rocky is a minor injury. That's a good one. I think the way that they've brought these players in, Celtic have been watching them for a while. Brendan knows how good Rocky was as he came up against them in Europe a couple of seasons ago when they demolished Leicester. Odin is on the bench. Yep, Odin's on the bench, which will be an interesting one. There's going to be a lot of changes at half time. Paul's boy has a injury. Brendan Rodgers will make us good again. The score doesn't matter today. He's a great manager. Yep, it's 12 minutes past. Right, I'm going to call it quits in a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to see who's down the pub. If there's not a lot of people down the pub, I might just do a video down there, and then I might do a video, say, about 45 minutes after the game. So if you're about this afternoon and bored, we'll jump on for a quick half-hour video just to see what you thought of the game. And I'm sure there'll be lots of complaints that Brendan threw the guys to the Wolves. As I say, it seems to me they're putting a few players in the shop window. Definitely love it. I'll put the team back up on the screen. And it definitely looks like, let me just get rid of that comment. And go back up here, hide that. So it is Hart. I think he's definitely going with the back 3. I think he's going to go back 3 of Welsh, Scales, and Taylor. And I think he's going to have Iwata sitting just in front of them with McGregor and then O'Reilly, Hatate, Abada along that, and then Kyogo and Maida through the middle. It could be a 3-5-2. An interesting choice of a 3 at the back. It could be just to prove how good they are. Tell me your comments. What do you think? We've got another minute to go. We'll get rid of that. Hide that. And so I'm only staying on for 20 minutes today because I do have got a 15-minute drive down to the Boozer to see the game. Make sure that you check out the channel after the game today. I'd love to see a video from the pub. I usually do a video for the pub, but it's not usually a live one. So yeah, it's going to get blazing. It's going to be some boys. We're going to get blazing. The lineup isn't looking great. There's only 2 players in the lineup for me. That is there's obviously Welsh and Scales are the question mark ones. The rest of them are all first team choices. Right, going to call the video quits on this one. Make sure you check after the game. I might do a live. I'll see you because there's a couple of really good boys down at the pub. It's going to be a cricket score, says Edward. And if I could do a live, I will be just with my phone. So keep up the good work, loving the channel. Yep, I'm basically just trying to build a really good online Celtic community with this channel, and that's why I'm keeping it as inclusive. And it is all about one Celtic fan's view, and it's all about your views. And I think it's a good way of keeping everybody having their say. Because let's face it, Scottish media is just an absolute shambles, and it's so orientated with that lot. Cheers, Baz. Hail, hail. Well, 2-2 today, Patrick. Right, on that note, I'm going to call it a quits now. Drive down to the pub, watch the game, enjoy the game wherever you are watching it around the world. Hope all the fans that are there today have an enjoyable game, and I hope there's no nasty business with the away fans or anything. I hope the Wolves fans are okay, and we'll see you after the game. Best channel I've come across. Oh, that's just Jim. It's not the best. It's probably the most hardworking, somebody said today. But yeah, I just want to make sure that I make the channel as good as it can be. So on that note, hasta luego. Have a great day, Celtic fans, and I'll see you